I'm Linda Kincaid with the Coalition for Elder and Dependent Adult Rights. You have before you a resolution from Sarasota, Florida to honor the rights of elderly Holocaust survivors. We ask that Alameda County pass a resolution to honor the rights of all elders and disabled in the county. 2 weeks ago, we brought you the story of Elinor Frerichs, age 91. Elinor has been unlawfully confined and isolated for the past 2 years. Elinor's conservator, Scott Phipps, placed Elinor in a locked dementia facility, although Elinor was not diagnosed with dementia. Phipps annulled Elinor's marriage, although Elinor stated she loves her husband and wanted to stay married to him. Phipps voided Elinor's will, although 2 psychologists determined that Elinor had capacity to execute that will. Phipps denies Elinor medical care, although Elinor has asked for dental care and for treatment for possible skin cancers on her face and head. Phipps keeps Elinor isolated unlawfully, no visitors and no phone calls. On September 12th, Phipps petitioned the court to permanently take away Elinor's right to visitation. Phipps denied Elinor her right to attend her hearing on visitation, although Elinor stated her wish to attend and to ask the judge to replace Phipps as her conservator. Elinor's court-appointed attorney, Scott Jordan, attended the hearing and opposed Elinor's right to visitation, although Elinor had asked for legal counsel to represent her interests. Elinor's guardian ad litem, Legal Assistance for Seniors, which gets considerable funding from the county, attended the hearing and opposed Elinor's right to visitation, although Legal Assistance for Seniors advertises, quote, leading the fight for seniors' rights. Please recognize there is no remedy for Elinor in civil court or in criminal court. Oakland Police Department declined to investigate Elinor's case, stating that it is a civil matter. Civil courts hold that only the conservator has standing to sue on behalf of a conservatee. Elinor's conservator, Scott Phipps, is the only person with standing to bring Elinor's case before the court. In honor of Elinor Frerichs and other elders and disabled persons who are subject to isolation and violation of rights, we ask this board for a resolution to honor the rights of those vulnerable individuals. Please make Alameda County a safe place to grow old.
Good afternoon. I'm Richard Calhoun, also with CEDAR. CEDAR is a coalition for elder and dependent adult rights. Let's look at what it really looks like to become elder in Alameda County. Using documents that are filed with the court, available for anyone to go look at, what do we find? Well, let's continue on with visitation. Apparently, it is not acceptable to indicate that someone's available anytime, any day for a visitation. Instead, they must list specific dates and times. What is the purpose of that? Is it so every time and date listed has a conflict? Let's look at some specifics. Someone says, I want to visit by email. I'm sorry, that's an inappropriate way to communicate. All communications for visitation must be done by the U.S. Post Office, snail mail. They must be made several weeks in advance. Who knows their schedule several weeks in advance? They can't be made to the conservator who has control by the court. They have to go to the conservator's attorney so the conservator's attorney can build the estate. Mid-December 2012, before the annulment of the marriage, the husband requests a visit with his wife. He gets a response saying, sorry, no visits can be arranged till mid-January because of social obligations associated with the holidays. What about the social opportunities and rights of the elders and the conservatees in this county? I know that's fuzzy stuff. Let's get back to some blood and guts and green stuff. The public guardian of this county was the temporary conservator at the time, and apparently they filed a document with the court saying that the furniture in the house was worth $97,475.71. I don't know how you get 71 cents when you're evaluating used furniture. But Mr. Phipps comes along, and his value is $400.25. I'm sorry, $400? $97,000? There's a little discrepancy here. But let's talk about real estate. My home ground, member of Bay East MLS. I can get on the MLS and see what the value is. Mr. Phipps filed a document with the court on February 25th of this year saying the property in question was worth $210,000. Zillow at the time said it was $634,642. So I got on the MLS, And they said there are 16 listings in the same zip code. The lowest one is $450,000, double the price. The highest is $1.7 million. I said, wait a minute, I made a mistake. He valued it in February 25th of 2014, so I went back 6 months before that and found 52 properties in the zip code. The lowest price, sold price, was $605,000. The highest was $1.85 million. Who's right? Is it $200,000 or is it $600,000 or $800,000? There's a huge discrepancy. There's problems here in Alameda County.
I have one more speaker, Nate. Do you want to go now? Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, as the chair of the Social Services Committee and someone who's been working with older adults since 1986, we don't take these comments lightly, but also they need to be taken into the context of whether or not there's any veracity to them or not, or whether or not people are bringing it to the wrong forum. I've asked the head of our Social Services Agency, as well as County Counsel and my office, to look into this matter. And I'd just like County Counsel just to briefly state that this matter is before the courts. This is not the forum for this to be decided upon. There's no action the Board of Supervisors can take. But County Counsel, could you just, because these statements are coming out here and I think it's putting the county in a bad light.
In response to the direction of your board when this matter was raised in public comment previously, we did follow up and determine what information we could regarding the status of the matter. The facts are that the matter is pending in the probate court. The county is not a party to that proceeding. The county, because the matter is pending in the probate court, the court ultimately has jurisdiction over these issues. If there is evidence to substantiate the allegations that these individuals have raised, both when they were here before and again today, there is a venue through the courts to make this evidence known and have the court consider it and take appropriate actions to protect the rights of the conservatee. Your board does not have the power to issue any orders or take any specific actions or to control the actions of the court. There is a probate conservator that works for a probate investigator that works for the courts who has the ability to look into these types of issues, including the ability to look into the performance of a conservator if the conservator is acting inappropriately. Additionally, if there's an issue of abuse and evidence, credible evidence to support it, that information can be reported, and that is the appropriate venue to raise these issues. But your board has no authority to act or to usurp the jurisdiction of the court in these matters.
Thank you. And I just wanted to, I know it's public comment, but felt it was important to put this out so the public can understand.